shot captures a raw, deeply personal, and highly atmospheric creative vignette. It reads like a modern, digital age diary entry disguised as a playlist, where visual, textual, and musical elements collide to tell a specific story of resilience, weariness, and defiance. Here is an in-depth breakdown of the various layers at play. 1. The visual imagery. Cover art. The image uses a high-contrast, heavily saturated blue and cool-toned palette. The subject. It appears to be an animal, likely a cat, perched on a weathered log over deep water. The silhouette casting downwards adds a layer of introspection and solitude. The texture. The rough grain of the wood paired with the fluid, stark blue of the water creates an immediate sense of isolation. It feels like a moment captured at the edge of something vast and unforgiving. The cool tones give it an icy, atmospheric quality that matches the grit of the text below it. 2. Title and persona contrast. Salt and bread. Historically, bread and salt is a traditional Slavic and Nordic welcoming ceremony, symbolizing hospitality, survival, and necessity. Salt represents flavor and preservation, but also stings a wound. Bread is foundational sustenance. It implies a return to basics or a harsh, grounded reality. Famed Wolf of the Red Oak. This pseudonym introduces a mythic, folklore-inspired tone. The contrast between this grounded, ancient-sounding name and the fiercely modern conversational language in the description creates a compelling friction. It suggests a narrator who carries an old soul but is dealing with a very immediate, jagged reality. 3. The textual description, the core monologue. The description is where the emotional heavy lifting happens. It shifts away from poetic abstraction into aggressive, vulnerable candor. The concept of callousing. There is a powerful philosophical question here about why emotional or psychological hardship doesn't physically manifest as armor. The narrator expects their body to match the toughness of their life experiences, viewing physical vulnerability as a betrayal. Tone and persona. The language is conversational, dark, and self-deprecating. Why my fucking liver gotta be a bitch? Calling a vital organ a fragile little fuck is a classic coping mechanism, using humor and bravado to distance oneself from pain or physical limits, answering vulnerability with defiance. Here's another bottle. 4. The Sonic Anchor. Hesitation by Andrew Garden. Bringing this specific track into the frame anchors the mood. Andrew Garden's music often carries an indie, melancholic, and deeply introspective weight. The word hesitation itself acts as a counterweight to the aggressive defiance of the playlist description. While the text screams forward momentum regardless of the cost, the song title suggests a pause, a lingering doubt, or an emotional stall. The collective impression. Everything here works together to construct a portrait of exhausted defiance. It's the aesthetic of someone who has been through the ringer, refuses to ask for sympathy, and instead wraps their vulnerability in dark humor, sharp edges, and atmospheric art. It feels incredibly authentic, a small sanctuary carved out in a digital space to process heavy things on one's own terms. What kind of overarching narrative arc or emotional journey were you aiming to build when pairing this specific track with that description?